Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope your day is starting out well. Appreciate you joining me. Join live, comment, watch later, listen to the audio podcast, whatever you do. Thank you. I want to talk a little bit about staying safe on the road today. Not driving, but walking. I wanted to talk about this because in the last week, I've seen two people almost hit crossing the street when they shouldn't. One was right in front of me, making me slam on the brakes. Idiot right out in front of me when I had the green light. And then they laughed about it. Two idiots. The other, I wasn't the person almost hit them. It was somebody else. And again, they were just crossing when they shouldn't, ignoring the rules of the road, almost got hit by a car and thought it was funny. I was sitting at the other red light when I saw it happen. It's like, idiots. Because I'll tell you what, it's not funny when a car hits a person. The person loses. Now, how serious is this? Well, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, about every 70 minutes, somebody's killed by a car. A pedestrian is killed. And that's based on 2022 figures. That was the earliest I could find, or the most recent I could find. And what that means is 7,522 people, pedestrians, were killed in 2022. 67,000 were injured. And again, in the last week, I've seen two almost. And then driving the other day on the weekend with my wife, she asked me, why is that person walking down the road instead of using the sidewalk? No idea. But people do, and it's dumb because people are getting killed and injured. I mean, over 7,500 people killed and 67,000 pedestrians injured. And I'll tell you, I don't care who's right or wrong. You get hit by a car, you lose. So it pays for you to be smart. And a couple really basic things: follow the rules of the road. Watch the signs, watch the signals. You know, these idiots crossing in front of traffic that has the green light. That traffic person is looking at the light, hopefully not their phone or anything else. And the idiot comes out in front of them, like the ones did to me the other day. I mean, I was turning, I had the green arrow to turn. So I was turning, and then they bolted out in front of me, making me slam on the brakes. And then they sort of laughed and kept going. I was like, idiots. So pay attention to the rules of the road, signs and signals. That's a biggie. Walk on the sidewalks. That's what they're there for. So if there are sidewalks, use the sidewalks. Don't be in the street. Now, if you don't have sidewalks and you do have to walk on the street, walk facing traffic and be as far away from traffic as you can, depending on where you're walking. You know, I know some places it's really difficult and you got to deal with it. You do the best you can. But don't be on your phone and doing stupid stuff. Be paying attention, because if you're in an area walking someplace where there's a higher risk, you know, you don't have sidewalks, so you're in the street, pay better attention. Use crosswalks and intersections that are supposed to be meant for crossing. And if you don't have that, make sure it's try to be well lit, where you can see traffic and watch traffic and be able to time it. I mean, about a year ago, I saw the guy that got killed here in Missoula, just right close to me on Brooks, crossing Brooks, where he didn't go down where the crosswalks and lights were, crossed in the middle, sort of where the Taco Bell and the hotel are. And I'm guessing it was somebody from that cheaper hotel going back and forth to Taco Bell, because that's where the accident happened. I passed just as emergency responders were showing up. So I saw the body laying in the street. Didn't stop because emergency people, they were there, and I needed to just stay out of their way. But I read about it later that it was a fatality and he was killed. You know, you just got to be careful, because again, cars versus people are going to lose. You want to be careful when you're walking, even on a sidewalk, about people backing up, coming out of driveways or parking lots and so forth. You know, that's a risk area. Make sure you're paying attention to those too. So you just got to be safe and smart about it. I mean, there are places that have enacted laws where you will get a ticket if you're crossing the street, texting and so forth, because idiots paying more attention to their device than traffic, walking out, getting hit by cars. We don't need the government enacting laws for stuff our parents and grandparents taught us as kids. Look both ways before you cross the street. I mean, it really is that simple. Paying attention, being aware, following the rules could prevent many of those 67,000 injuries and many of those 7,522 fatalities. I want to say good morning to Thad. Thank you for being here and saying good morning. I want to say good morning to Jay and Vicky. Thank you guys for being here and saying good morning. I want to say good morning to Dixon. And Dixon said, and yet you don't see cries by legislators to regulate automobiles the same way as they do guns after a mass shooting. I don't want to get into the political stuff about that. I wish they would enforce laws that are on the books better, especially DUIs. I'd like to know how many of those 7,522 pedestrians killed and 67,000 pedestrians injured were struck by automobiles driven by drunk drivers. And if it was not the pedestrian's fault, if they were crossing legitimately. I mean, I've told the story about, a good friend of mine way back years ago in the 80s. They were in the right. She wasn't a pedestrian. She was on the back of a motorcycle with her boyfriend. And the drunk driver in a pickup blew the red light and hit them. And they were going through the intersection on the green light, doing nothing wrong. And she was killed. So I would like to know how many of these pedestrians were injured and killed by drunk drivers. And I wish they would do something stronger against them. Especially when I see, the person just got their 6th DUI. I read that kind of stuff in the Montana paper all the time. And I'm like, okay, they've been caught 6 times. How many times have been drinking and driving? And they're just lucky they haven't killed somebody. Like another friend of mine, he was a year behind me in high school. He killed a couple parents and left the kids without parents, and he went to prison for it. We need to have stricter enforcement of those laws we already have. That's my tip, though, today. Today, I really wanted to focus on pedestrians following the rules, being smart, because if you're a pedestrian and you are hit, regardless whose fault it is, you will lose. So you need to pay better attention, be aware, stay safe. Walking is healthy. It's great. It's cheaper. It's healthier. Just do it safely. Go to enjoylifesafely.com. Sign up for that newsletter for more tips on staying safe, enjoying life, and being exceptional. Coming up tomorrow, I'll be here at the same time, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday might be different times, definitely be different locations because of the Korean Martial Art Festival. Hopefully, maybe even have a guest or two on live with me. We'll see how the weekend turns out, but just letting you know that it will be an odd time and weird different stuff going on because of that. But I will go live every day. And I will get them posted every day. It might be later, a different time, but I will be doing it. So go out, make it a terrific Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow at the proper time. So we'll see you then.